The truth about this, what I holy shit, man. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Sky, and you are here on the right place. Welcome to the Heem mass murder build. But before I start showing the set, I have to say some of you guys something. What is up, guys? So I have here the Heem mass murder build. And yeah, I did already today 2 other videos, but I said that I do first this one, so I have to upload this one. If not, the people are even madder with me if you consider that I was 4 months cut it off, and so I was really in abstinence by years. So the difference from this to the other videos is that it is really time consuming how I design my videos. I have minimum from 20 to 40 hours for every fucking video, because I want to make nice intros, I want to make good looking builds, and some people appreciate it, but the most not. I have many subscribers which subscribe it and then unsub, unsub, just because of a small thing which they don't like. And people like this I don't want to have in my community or in my channel. Sorry if I speak bad like this, but get the fuck out of my channel and don't spam hate or don't teach me, because I play this game since 5 years and I know what I'm doing. That's it. Let's see. Okay, first set is the Fury. What is important to say about this set? This set is the most and best in slot for 1 versus X. And if you're gonna look, I wearing 2 daggers on the main bar because of spin to win. It gives the most critical rating, 2 daggers, and it is very difficult to farm this set because you can just open special crates in PvP, and you have to buy these crates by 20k each, and this is random what you can get inside. So, or you have millions of APs farm it for getting a whole set on these traits which you want, or you're gonna buy it for very expensive in the guild store, like a weapon, a Fury weapon from 30 to 200,000 K of ESO gold, worth it. And yeah, this is not the most easy set to get, but you need then also to transmute that, because an in-hornet trait never drops, and so you have to make on the main hand in in-hornet and the off hand in infused, that you can find if you are lucky. Holy shit, what the fuck is this was a bug, and I make a live video, don't have time to make the whole time. You know, I have very short time and people want to see my things, and I got a little bit problem about this, but they will come the wave of builds. If I had time like today or the last time which I posted 3 videos, this is when I get 1 day off, I make 3 videos, you know. Not 3 videos, maybe 1 or 2 videos, or 3 videos, but a little bit less quality than normal wise. The people is habituated, or how they know it from me. There I talk much bullshit. Okay, main bar, 2 daggers, in-hornet, infused. Then we complete this with the Cure of the Fury. Have to be, the best option is if you run all in impen, And yeah, we have a chest in Impen with maximum stamina glyph. Then we have the Graves of Fury in Infused. There I have to transmute it in Nin. Nin. I'm fucking high. In Impen. But yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead. The Fury shoes also in Impen. And so 1, 2, 3 on the body. Completed with the weapons makes 5. And let's see the bonus from Fury and why this is the best 1 versus X DPS set. Because a real 1 versus X set is a set who pushes your DPS very high, for then also can beat him. We have here max of health, then a max stamina, weapon damage, and when you take critical damage with your weapon, damage is increased by 29, and when you make all in gold 30 for 6 seconds, stacking up 25 times. So now comes the truth about the set, which many don't know. They say, yeah, but this is just in the defensive part, you know, the be defensive is the A and O. This is all about 1 versus 6. You stay so long defensive, just that you find this moment that you are sure, so now I can start my combo without taking too much burst for dying first, you know. And this, the truth is, this weapon damage here, this is like 30%, 600, I cannot even math, okay, 30, that's like a 700, 25 per 30 makes, holy shit, this is too late, I'm waked up 2 days now because of these fucking videos. I made it me big issues, fucking incapable, unable to deliver. Yeah, I try to be also a little bit funny. Also, if the truth about ESO is really sad. 5-piece bonus say when you take critical damage, your weapon damage is increased by 30 or 29, stacks up 25 times for 6 seconds. But the truth is, when you are in fight, this is the whole time up to the end of the fight. This means it's not just 6 seconds, but when you fight on your defensive part, or how you want to say it, people don't wear that because they say this is not the whole time up. I can guarantee you, when you fight 20 minutes versus 1, this is up 20 minutes the whole time. That we look at in the past. Yeah, it is the whole time up, and for this reason, I will say Fury is the best 1 versus X set, which you should wearing instead of Huntington's Rage, for example. Huntington's Rage have 300 of weapon damage. This set have 500 more of weapon damage, and this is always stacked up. But you have to be in fight, you know, with people. And so you can be sure that that set are the whole time weapon damage stacked up to the end of the fight, at the end, until is finished the fight. Very important that people understand this set. Who wear this set know exactly what brings this set, and they never took it off, they never trash it, because they understood and recognized what makes that set. No poison on the main bar, because I need the infused buff, which is practically the whole time up by my spin to win, and so infused is really important. Then on the back bar I have a two-hander sword for the most healing, and here also you need to invest an Hornet raid, which I don't got. I spent it today 150 stones for another build which I recorded, but I have to upload it and check if all is right, and so I didn't have enough for showing this here. But when this build is 100% completely finished, this will be also in the Hornet, because on the back bar, like skills, we have then all healings, and these heals are then really a little bit more increased, better heal up, and the build survive by this high DPS which he got. Higher is the DPS, you can stand out and heal up with this high DPS. Higher are your DPS, higher are your heals, and that makes you standing up in PvP pretty good. Second set, which is this combo for the PvP, which I find very good too, and this is the most damaging set there, inventory. And okay, wait, what I forgot. We're gonna look quick the poison which I use on the back bar by light attacking. Afflicts minor maim to your target and grants you minor brutality, reducing their damage by 15%, and increases your weapon damage by 10% for 2.3 seconds. Afflicts minor enervation to your target and grants you minor savagery, reducing the critical damage by 10% and increasing your weapon critical by 1320 for 2.3 seconds. Then applies minor fracture to your victim, reducing physical resistance by 1320 for 4.3 seconds. And this 4.3 seconds, we have 2 times 2.3 seconds, 2.3 seconds, and 4.3 seconds. That's a really long buff, you know. This is not long, but for a poison is one of the longest. Minor fracture, and that's pretty cool for then when I with minor and major fracture by the subterranean assault, so I have the half time up, is that's pretty good. Okay, here we go ahead with the second set, and the second set is also difficult to get. You have to farm this in the PvE. In which dungeon? Okay, let's go see first the set there. I'm pretty confused. Him just mass murderer build. And now you open your eyes and say, whoa, this is in blue, and so. The fastest way to get, and you need the rings, because I want to wear 5 heavy and Fury is heavy, and so we choose rest just this 3 left slot, and you need a necklace and 2 rings of him just, and maybe you laugh about it, but the difference from blue to purple is just 20 of stamina. The weapon damage rest same. The buff, the 5th buff, will also rest the same, even if this is just blue. This is a really small difference, guys. And so, for the quickest way, I farmed this dungeon not in veteran, which one run takes 1 hour, but you run normal, but you run very fast speed runs, and then at the end you have a chance to be dropped the Hinges ring. One of the last one. Here, the Ruins of Mazatun, motherfucking Hinges. You have to speedrun in normal if you wanna have quick success and don't farm it like 2 fucking years for getting one damn build. And so what you do, you run this normal. The fastest way, because then you can make it by yourself in gold later. Spend 2 million on PS4, you spend like 2-3 millions for 3 rings for graded up, because the materials are so freaking expensive, really unreal. I didn't show it, but there was, they sold flowers for 150k a stack. 150k at 200 pieces of flour. I recorded, but I didn't put in a video. It's pretty funny if you saw that. Adds 121 of stamina recovery, 1000 of maximum stamina, crit, and now comes. When an enemy within 20 meters of you die, you gain major berserk for 3 seconds, increasing your damage done by 25%. Like said, this is a flat value and the biggest value in game, but people don't wear this set because they misunderstand this set. When an enemy dies within of 28 meters, and this is a huge radius when you fighting for castles, or I don't know, in the Zerg generally, there is the whole time you see when somebody dies, your arms start to glowing in red, and if you look this a little bit, it's the whole time up. But people don't wear it because they think, yeah, this is just for 3 seconds, this is not worth it. But if you are in the Zerg and every some seconds die one, and you can be sure that this buff is the whole time up when you kill, not just you, also when other people kills other. Very important to understand, and that this procs also by pets. When the pets die, this is up. And the truth about this set, and to wearing both in combo sets, makes the most potential dual wield set in the whole ESO game. I chose it Warden just because it is the most tanky by the best heals, making with subterranean a ton of damage. So I'm wearing this all in robust. You can make also 3 infused if you like. All in weapon damage. And this set is really cool, with 1 stamina recovery while wearing the most 25% of weapon damage, even with the recovery on the set, and crit and stamina. I would say this in group as a group killer is the best set. For solo is Fury anyway always the best set. If you bring both together, you're lucky, and yeah, it's, makes a lot of fun to playing this build. I show you. What is the third combo now for the monster set? There are different options. The best option which I find, because my preference set is still valid red. Also, if you heard 2 other possibilities, or maybe better or stronger possibilities, like you could running let's see, a Balorg for example. This is the most hurting DPS monster set, which is one of the newest, and the reason why I don't reading this is because I like so much the potential out-shooting punch for Valley Dread, which can really instant kill people and afflict them with Defiler, so they can heal up without spamming a Defiler skill. If not, probably for the best option is to wearing both two-piece buffs. When you use an ultimate ability, you gain weapon and spell damage for 10 seconds, equal to twice the amount of the ultimate consumed. That means if I'm wearing a very high ulti, that will boost it up 2 times. Let's say werewolf ulti. Yeah, you can gain 1000 of weapon damage. Is this true? 1000 weapon damage on the top of a 129 weapon damage. That's the best. But the problem is, there I don't have it in heavy, which I really need for this build, and so I need to have it here with me. Yeah, I honestly never run so much this fucking Moonhunter dungeon. I will say the Moonhunter or so, I did it just one time, and then I had a light helmet, which was really useless, and then I never done it again because we struggled the first run with this dungeon, and this is for this reason I don't give a fuck. I willing to Valley Drift. When you deal damage, you have 20% chance to spawn 3 disease spore in front of you, which is AoE, also good for the Zerg. House 8 can really make the difference. If I consider what Valley Drift's kill in the PvP without my help is maybe 20% of player. This is really so when they stay on the ground and they look what they killed and they read Valley Drift or so, this is really depressing. You have also another choice. You can wear 2 separately sets, which stacks up weapon damage. So I just take off Valley Drift and I could run 2 like this. Best option is not the Valley Drift helmet because of weapon damage. You could run also, let's say, a Molakina, which then you have a free spell damage too, which matters because if I push the spell damage is increased by my permafrost, and so I saw builds wearing with the Valley Drift. Why if you have use Molakina or something like this, you know, 2 separate sets, and these are the 3 options for this monster set, which fits very good with this build. If you feel that you are not still familiar with this build, then you can run also Bloodspawn. Make sure this is too heavy and too in impen, because we need 5. You see, 1 heavy, 2 heavy, 3 heavy, 4 heavy, 6 heavy, 5 heavy we're wearing, you know, and 2 medium. And why the waist and the hands? Because in this way I lose less resistances. Don't put the medium on the helmet or chest, which gives you the highest resistance value. So you choose the weakest with the less armor, like the belf. Have to be the belf and the hand, no other option. Now I have here a divines and well fitted. This was the best trait which I had for him, just, you know. I'm actually not sure if that drop in impen because the PV set. I don't know. I think I never had the impen piece since I running Mazatun. And so I need already 1, 2, and for the weapon I need another 150 crystals for optimize and making perfect this build. Yeah, that's it. That's all about the sets, and how I say it, I don't give a fuck if this is blue or not. Yeah, later when you have enough money you make all in gold, that's sure. Actually also the rings are. I don't have a purple one. Maybe I have a purple, but the problem is I have so much materials with these 14 characters that every character takes 200 set pieces, plus I have every chest which you can have, and I locked off all from the PvP. I severs, I have like 6 big chests at my home, but they are all full. And I deconstruct every month minimum 50 to 100 shoulder set pieces, which I have to because I don't have any more place, and I'm like a Messi, I collect all which I want, and the problem is you cannot collect all and keep it, so I keep just the best ones. Yeah. And this is a spin to win build, but you can play this same build also in the PvE as a high making DPS spin to win build in every trials. I already done some small cuts about trials as a Warden, and the problem is that many don't accept this meta. I mean, a Warden is not the most making damage dealer, but I never had, I never saw other Wardens, just except one time by, I don't know, 20 or 30 different trial runs. I never saw Warden, and this is the reason why the meta say no, Warden is not the most making damage dealer, and we have all set it up like most DPS, and so you are not accepted and I kick you or shit. That's by me never happened. The first day I played the Warden in a trial, I was really not familiar, and there I died 3 times in a wet dungeon, and then he scribed on the on the chat, just because I know and I respect you, I don't kick you, but normal wise Warden we don't want to see here, you know. We're gonna quick look the stats on the main bar. So we ring dual wield on the main bar, and okay, this is the naked stats. You can quickly look it. 9k max magicka, 25k of health, 34k of stamina, that you could optimize on a maximum to a 36k if you gold it all. I'm reading now all in purple instead of one piece in gold, and spell damage 1800, 2800 of damage, 35% of crit, 15k both resist, 2300 and 33 crit resist. Now we're gonna first boost up the weapon damage, and so we have 3-3. But when I make a spin, immediately this other 400 from the offhand stacks it up, and it just not stack up a 400. At the end I have 4200 of weapon damage, so don't ask me why. You're gonna look it later. That you can see that I say the truth. And that's pretty cool. Pots, important is this one. Where are this shit though? Here, Essence of Immobility, the very expensive but very worth it, because became immunity to knockback and disable effects for 10.4 seconds. So whenever you go in with your combo, you have to use this. Without these pots at day from Murkmire, you will not survive it. And really important is this because of the major savagery, which I don't have on my main or back bar because I'm too covered, that I'm already so much busy and under pressure sometimes that I cannot spam rebuff the green lotus, which gives you this crit every 20 seconds. It's pretty cool on the light and heavy attacks, the heal. This is, but I don't have it. I need other skills, and this build goes really good for running in this group, and this is optimized for this group. Green Lotus you could run, but then use a very important slot space for then boost up your weapon damage. And Bull Netch on the main, I could put it behind, but I don't want to lose rally, which is important for me, and so it was difficult to say. I neither want to take off my bird of prey, which really you have to know that this goes on the top from the 25% from Heem Jazz. This higher you stack up to sky with this high damage, bigger matters, and so I need also sometimes for kite around or get away fast, and this is my only magica skill on the main bar, and so yeah, I decided to running that instead. For example, my skills dual wield the most random slashes, for example, you know. Which is a good thing if you're wearing a solo 1 versus 1. But for Zerg builds, I don't have, you know, the range is just 5 meters. All my abilities are a little bit larger. I need a radius. You know, and so it makes more sense to wearing cutting dive, which have a range from 38 meters. So I have enough range for making damage from far away, like trials or like sorcerer and cutting dive. When you're fucking boosting up cutting dive, and that's crits in, oh. He can hit on a player 15 or 16k, that's can be, yeah. The most I had also, if you don't believe it, was 22k was hitting this fucking cutting dive on players, because when stacks all up, Fury and Heem Jazz. This I forgot even to say. This is not show it here. This 25% is unique, you know, and this means 3386 of weapon damage for, and then when stacks 25% on the top from Fury, which is up, I think was 5800 finally my weapon damage. Yeah, how I saw it by looking into the stats when I had all the buffs on and glowing arms by the Heem Jazz. There I lost though. And on the main bar I wearing Bird of Prey instead of Rending Slashes. Yeah, you could also use Rending Slashes of course, but I like this 8% minor berserk with the major berserk, minor and major berserk on your main bar, on your main spam from Steel Tornado, which stacks up really high. And sometimes you know, as a tank I need also mobility, so we need this mobility for kite around or get off the problem sometimes, you know. And so Birding Prey for me is first choice on the main DPS bar. Mostly run it behind because they say I have no place for this. How you cannot have place for this? A left slot or something like this. Okay, this is, everybody have another play style, I know, but I recommend it. Subterranean Assault. If this hit 50, 820 when it's all stacked up, over 21k by the sets, and when this crit high, I mean also versus this makes a lot of damage. And cool is that this is every 3 seconds, and every time when I spam it I regain every 8 seconds a 4 ulti, and this is so guaranteed. Y is spammable with cutting dive together, and then under 50% or let's say under 20% I start to, you know, but before is always subterranean and cutting dive. This together makes a lot of damage. Very cool. Subterranean, which afflicts the enemy with major fracture by 5 seconds. If you respam that, like I said, minimum all 5 seconds or from 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, sometimes you can't because you overspin your opponents, and so it's not possible. But the most time I can, I use this skill, which makes, I don't know, spin to win is this, which makes maybe same damage, but this one are a radius by 9 meters, really important. And if the Steel Tornado reach almost I don't know, 6k or so, something like this, the final physical damage is 7k with the sets, and so under you execute him, and when he got very less health, this is increased by 100% by your spins, and so a huge damage and a huge radius, and the best option for be this deadly wheel, spinner wheel, or this deadly spin to win, or how the fuck you say that. Bull Netch is important because you need same. Let's say I have a 2100 of stamina recovery. This is it's a little bit less, huh? Because dual wield and two-hander is really stamina wasting or consuming. So also if I have 2100, the Netch gives you an additional, let's say 350, yeah, like 345 or something like that, stamina back every 27 seconds. Important also when I block, this always gives me stamina back, and most important when I run also gives me always a little bit stamina back, and so I don't run so fast out of stamina, you know. It's pretty cool. As a Wood Elf together with Netch as a Warden is really OP. what I forgot by the passives, every compañero skills. These are compañero skills. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is increased then by 12%, I think. Yeah, increases your... No, wait, here. Where the fuck? Oh, here. Increases your damage done by 3% for each animal companion ability slotted. 12% on the main bar. Why slotted 4 abilities plus another 3% fighter guild passives. 15%. This is this damage boost which I need while wearing 5 heavy. A pretty good solution, I find, and there is nothing to move around with the skills. Okay, I said everybody have his playstyle, but the logic way is this one. If you don't like Bird of Prey, I would say you can slot rending slashes, which would be the most intelligent alternative solution, or you're wearing Green Lotus. But for Green Lotus I use Impots because I already have to look about Netch, Rally and Fortress. These are 3 buffs who you have always to keep it up, and having a 4th buff, and these buffs are shorter than the other ones by 7 seconds or some seconds, and it makes for me really difficult to keep up all 4 buffs the whole time. So don't lie yourself and make the best out. So the best for me is wearing crit immunity pots and not this one. What I will lose? The Nature's Gift? Yeah, of course. The Nature's Gift I will lose. But this is not true. Oh, shut up, man. Shut up. Why I touch this motherfucker the whole time? Here, this is my Nature's Gift. Yeah. Nature's Gift. When you heal up, you restore 250 or... What was it? Or where was it? 250 magic and stamina while healing other ones around. And the radius is quite a bit large, 20 meters. So when you heal up, you got this Nature's Gift passive. And I need on the back bar Soothing Spores, because if I wearing just Resolving Vigor, and I got a moment who I take a lot of damage over time, is it not enough in a Zerg to... I find it's not enough to just reading Resolving Vigor. You need also a direct burst heal, and for this reason this is the first burst heal in ESO, and yeah, why not use it? I need this together with Vigor for then be able to heal out this high damage, because sometimes it's not enough that you just spamming Resolving Vigor. You need a burst heal for healing through you. You have to heal out this high damage, and this is just possible if you're wearing Soothing Spores or then Healing Ticket. You see 8,800 of burst heal, or this or the other one. Really important on the back bar, but here I have Permafrost because I want to making high damage every second by reducing their speed damage by 70%. And when your Nervy Alice gains major protection, reducing your damage taken by 30%. This is a lot. So when I have why we are attacked by a flank group from left or from right, and we are really under pressure, this can save all my friends and can save me. And damaging an enemy 3 times with the storm will stun there for 3 seconds. So what's the fuck happening when I spawn this and they are stunned because they stay longer than 3 seconds inside? I just while he's stunned, I spinning him down, and while he's stunned is the whole damage by the passive increased even, and yeah, like for example when you set him off balanced, you regain the double of resources back. Also things like that many don't know. And so by using permafrost, which I have really fast up, because using shimmering shield, which gives you major heroism, that's a good solution for run in a Zerg. This ulti and not healing ticket. You have in the Zerg anyway healers, which heals you up the whole time, so healing ticket is just for 1 versus X. So make more sense to use a DPS radius. The radius actually is also pretty good. 8 meters, this is like a spin to win, and yeah, so I cover this radius, you know, the circle. Important. The rally is also when it expires 12k of health while waiting this 33 seconds. And so we're gonna look it again. 6,000 again, 8,000 a little bit later, 10,000 a little bit later. Okay, shows just 10,000 and it goes back down, I think. Oh, that was the maximum because I didn't buff up all. Important is because I want this like a second, have 2 burst heals and 1 heal over time. That should be enough for healing out all situations. Rally and Bull Netch both are active. This one is visible and the rally not so. But anyway, if I have both, by don't making so fucking noises. Damn, no, I don't want to make noise. Sorry about this. Both have to be active, so you are 100% sure to get this major brutality the whole time on. No excuses. No excuses. That's, I think, is all about the skills. Dawnbreaker of Smiting increases at 20% more damage versus all vampires. Don't forget that this is a huge direct, the first, dealing 60 or 17k of physical damage. This is direct, can this can really goes over 24k on a player when Heem Jas and Fury is up with your major brutality and all, and then an additional damage over time, over 5 seconds is high damage, and is stunned down. When you stun it down, you increases anyway. I'm not sure of balance to stun it, but when he's down, stun it, 1-2 spin, and arrivederci. Good night. See ya. That's it about Dawnbreaker of Smiting. It is not worth to running the beer. The beer in the PvP, forget it all. You need coordinated damage. When you say now is the moment which I wanna smash him down, you can do it. The bear, you can activate the ulti from the bear too, but he's slow sometimes he don't target this target which I want, sometimes I don't see him anymore, then he die and he reswamps just every minute one time, and then is problem you have to double slot the beer. I'm a really fan on the beer when you making a fucking duel. The beer can be very weird for your opponent. The beer in duels are okay, but not in the Zerg. This boat, I really, yeah, that's the true about it. Forgot to say that you profit from 2 pieces medium, so you have a little bit crit, 8% stamina recovery, 4% less costs. Sneaking thing, this we don't have. Here the movement speed is increased by 6% and dodge roll by 4%. So I have also on the CP a high stack, and for a 5 heavy, look, this dodge roll don't cost so much. Yeah, cost really much than reading 5 million, but anyway, normalize, I just dodge roll for mitigate high damage. When I don't have the chance to, because I'm blocked, I block. Blocking damage is always better than counter damage, because you can really be one-shotted. This recovery 2100 is then also combo with the 5, which restores every 4 seconds a 541 of magicka and stamina while wearing, while attacking. This stacks up too, and it's pretty good. 10% more health, awesome. And the most important, because with tenacity you boost that together up to 36% on the heavies, which is pretty good, because in this rotation it's not just enough having 2100 of recovery. You need also the whole time you match up, and you have to weaving, you have sometimes you need also this heavy attack for management, for don't run out of stamina, because if you cancel swap, cancel, bar cancel, or it's cost really much more stamina while playing like this, and so you really run out fast of stamina. I already wearing the stupid Mundo Stone, the Serpent, instead of the Warrior this time. But this is really needed. If I wearing Bloodspawn, for example, I could think about it to wearing the Warrior by weaving 1 or 2 heavies more for don't run of stamina. But it's difficult to say. Recovery is always better than what helps you when you have 6,000-7,000 of weapon damage, but you can spam 3 abilities and then you run out of stamina and you die on the place. This is better having a little bit higher recovery for then spamming more abilities, which then at the end makes more damage than really high DPS build, which run out of stamina quickly. Alternative to poison is this double dot poison here, or this or the other one. We have a lot of health, you know, already. For a DPS build, 25k of health is a lot. No, it's not a lot, but it's maybe 1000 more of health than, or maybe 2000 more of health than every other DPS build runs. $22k of both resis, so That's okay. Critical resistances, they're optimized to 3k up, because more crit you're hearing, safer you are. You know, when you maybe forgot rebuffing this without crit, one hit and you are gone in this sky forever. See ya, rip, it. And then later when you stay on the ground, they teabag you. But anyway, guys, opinion of this build, it is probably the strongest build in the whole ESO. If you wanna winning by fighting many opponents in a group, have to be minimum a small scale group. Okay, there I have to cut together these Zerg videos for then post it. The gameplay, this is just the build. Yeah, I recommend to wearing everybody Fury. If you wearing Fury combo Bomb Piratator with 2 Bloodspawn, for example, you will be so outnumbered and cool, like best in slot, you know. But I recommend you, if you are new and never played, or you played for the first time, you wearing 2 Bloodspawn. And anymore, what I have to say, I have to apologize me by my subscriber who waited a long time, and someone private messaged me and say, are you deaf? No, I was really in prison, and I had private problems, and for this reason Skyline production was not there. But there I guarantee you, I was thinking about you guys and YouTube and ESO the whole days for 120 days in prison, you know. And when I came out short time ago, I was so happy for being at home, and the first holy shit, the first holy thing which I did is go to my PS4 and press the start button for activate and go in ESO. And it was I kinda lost, it was all new, the game, you know. If you make a break from 4 months, then ESO seems a new game for you. You need just a break. My break